Hey everyone, how are you doing?
Hi, good. How
Hi,
are
doing
you?
well.
Very well, thanks for your time.
Yeah, of course.
So
Happy to be
first of
here.
all, Kat Conner, I'm going to start with you. Um, what I love, about George and Presley in particular is that they both have a lot in common. So, and they both believe that they are not enough. So,
Mhm.
I was wondering, is that something you can relate to? Did you ever actually believe that you are not enough? For example, when it comes down to you as an actress?
Oh, absolutely. I think one of the coolest things about my experience with this film is that I kind of came in as kind of a newbie actress, hadn't done a few TV shows here and there and a few like little short films, but I come in and I'm working with these incredible people like Bailey Madison, who I've seen like in movies growing up, and Sherry Shepherd and like David, I watched him in The Office. And so I come in and I'm in this big movie musical and I'm like, oh my gosh, like am I like quite literally like good enough to like be here? And so like I came in kind of with
Right.
that insecurity. And so the whole cast, even like Jahbril here was very sweet, and all of them were always just so encouraging and so like made me feel like no, like you have a place here and you are good enough to be here. And so that was an amazing journey for me to take as both the character and the actress.
And Jahbril, um, you know, it's crazy because there are so many people actually out there that that constantly underrate themselves.
Yeah,
And sometimes it even shows in the movie. Friends can say, "No, it's all good, it's all good, you're fine," and they still don't believe it.
yeah.
So I was wondering, what do you believe? Why do a lot of people constantly underrate themselves?
I mean, I think I don't know. I don't want to sound like a boomer, but the advent of social media is very it's a great thing. We're more connected than we've ever been, but it breeds this like competition that doesn't exist or doesn't definitely doesn't need to exist. And I think people are like are have become like accustomed to comparing themselves to what they see on like Instagram or like I don't know. For personally, I I'm like a songwriter, but kind of like only like in my journal or like in my room privately. And a lot of what I write, I feel like isn't I don't feel good enough to put it out. And I think like that's a big part of that is like me comparing myself to like people who are like more seasoned or with like professional producers behind them. And I'm like, I think if it's something that I need to put out, then it's then that's a thing that I have that that's what I have to overcome, I guess. And I can definitely relate to feeling to the anxiety that it totally
Yeah.
like rules George's life.
All right. What's so sweet about your characters as well is they are all always so close to finally say what they feel, and
Yeah.
but for a reason they never make the final step, and I was wondering, because this counts for everything in life. Sometimes we just need like the final push to finally say what we want, and this doesn't count only for love but for life in general. Sometimes we end up saying nothing, and then we probably end up going a path we don't want to go. So
Yeah.
I was wondering, do you remember a time you just needed a final push in order to make the final decision? Maybe Kat Connor.
Um, I don't know if I can think of a specific time. I know just quite frequently in my life that happens. But I think
Yeah.
at that point in time, I think it kind of lines up with the movie also. Like I'll just have a discussion with my friends and be like, oh my gosh, I'm having so much trouble with like this or this, and like just kind of the encouragement from that. And I think that's kind of like aligns with where Will and Avery come in, and Presley and George's lives. Like they're the friends who are like pushing them, like, come on, like you can do it. And I think that's a really cool other theme in that is friendship.
Absolutely, yes, absolutely. And there are so many lines in this movie that kind of inspire questions because they have so much. There are so many messages, and I love one line that David Kuckner's character says. It's like that sometimes you're only a 1 week away from changing. Um, uh, into something better, into a better human being or whatever. So I was wondering, Jabril, Do you remember, a specific week or an event that, made you, that kind of made you change, that made you become a different human being or something?
Yeah, funny enough, it was at a summer camp. There was
yeah.
Yeah, while I was in high school, there was a there was a summer camp that was pretty like exclusively for nerds. Like it was summer camp, but like we went to class during the day to study like epistemology and subjects that we chose. Like I went for acting, and other kids went for like math or French or something. And yeah, that was a very formative time for me. I think it was away from the like my classmates. It set at a college with like other kids from around the state. I went to high school in North Carolina, and it was kind of the first time that I could be myself in a way that I was maybe not, or that I felt maybe I wasn't like allowed in my high school, or that I couldn't like shine as bright. But at this place, Governor School East, never forget. It was a great environment and really let me like shine and kind of like be myself.
All right. What about you, Kat Connor?
I think like honestly, like the whole theme of like you just reminding me of David's line of like, you never know, like your life could change being a week away. I think it reminds me of like just getting the role in this movie, honestly. Like the week before I was like, what am I gonna do like with my life? Like I had just graduated and I was like, am I gonna be an actor? Like, is this what I'm really meant to do? And then like I really did have this little voice in me that was like, you know what? Just give it a week, because I was about to go on vacation with my family. And literally a week later, I got the call that I got this role, and I was like, and my life changed. This was a life-changing role. And so yeah, just you saying that just kind of reminded me of that. It gave me the chills. So yeah.
Oh, great, lovely. Well, I wish you all the best with the movie.
Thank you so
of course,
much.
to both of you. Thanks so much for your time today. And who knows, maybe for 2 weeks away.
You know.
Bye.
Thanks so much. Bye.